Hey guys, I have good news. Madame M is going to smile. Would you believe that? Last time she was crying, remember? But today she's going to smile, and in a moment you will see how it will work. So we continue with further Dostoevsky Маленький герой, a little hero. And for the newcomers to this channel, I just want to say that this channel is for the crazy ones who want to read Russian classics in the original. And it's the only channel, more or less, that is dedicated to this purpose, to make Russian classics in the original accessible to the English speakers. So please open your course materials. Further Dostoevsky, Маленький герой. Hope you have it printed. If you don't have it printed, then please open the link below this video. I'm calling it course materials, even though it's just unabridged, non-adapted story, as it is. Further Dostoevsky, Маленький герой. And now, your first mission impossible is to find the place where we stopped the last time. And then after you find it, I'm going to remind you and to tell the newcomers what has happened there so far. So guys, we're going to start with «Эта встреча так поразила меня». «Эта встреча так поразила меня». So please, you can type in the word «поразила». Just click Ctrl F and then you will get here right away. Now, what has happened here so far? There is a very big party near Moscow, and among the participants at this party are an 11-year-old boy who is the narrator of the story. So when he says меня, meaning that boy, and when he says я, we know that it's an 11-year-old boy. We don't know his name, by the way, but we know that he's quite shy and easily embarrassed. And there are two ladies also. One lady behaves in a strange way towards this boy. She embarrasses him all the time, kind of laughs at him unkindly. And another one is called Madame M, who is a friend of the first lady, but she's a kind of an opposite, so she's a very kind person. And then this little boy was walking through the garden one day, and he saw Madame M crying on a bench. And he followed her to the house, to the mansion, but she was still crying. But but today she's going to smile. So today we're going to work on this passage, starting with «Эта встреча так поразила меня» and ending with «волей-неволей». So you can mark it. That's our task today. I'm going to read it for you for the first time, and if you don't get much, don't worry, because we are going to analyze it and I'm going to explain vocabulary for you, and then you're going to get it close to 100%, or at least up to, I don't know, you will get it well. Listen. Эта встреча так поразила меня, что я весь вечер с жадным любопытством следил потихоньку за мадам М и не спускал с нее глаз. Но случилось так, что она 2 раза застала меня врасплох среди моих наблюдений, и во второй раз, заметив меня, улыбнулась. Это была ее единственная улыбка за весь вечер. Грусть еще не сходила с лица ее, которое было теперь очень бледно. Все время она тихо разговаривала с одной пожилой дамой, злой и сварливой старухой, которой никто не любил за шпионство и сплетни, но которой все боялись, а потому и принуждены были всячески угождать ей, волей-неволей. So, that's our part for today. Let's start with the first sentence. Эта встреча так поразила меня, что я весь вечер с жадным любопытством следил потихоньку за мадам М и не спускал с нее глаз. So, встреча means meeting, obviously. Поразила stunned. So, эта встреча так поразила меня would be that meeting so stunned me that Что means that. Now he's saying, I'm not going to explain every word because those lessons are for people who have basics in Russian. But even if you do not get a certain word that I do not explain, you will get it from the translation because we'll be reading and translating every sentence. С жадностью, с жадным любопытством. Do you know what жадный means? Someone who is жадный? It means he's stingy. So, с жадным любопытством, that would be, and любопытство means curiosity. So, с жадным любопытством would mean with a stingy curiosity, which means in a very curious way. You can also say that жадный is greedy, so you could say with a greedy curiosity. Следил means followed. So to follow someone secretly would be следить. And потихоньку, quietly. So следил потихоньку would be I followed quietly, but следил is followed with the preposition за. So следить за, followed someone, or followed after someone. И не спускал с нее глаз, please underline it as a whole expression. That would mean I didn't take my eyes from her. So не спускал с нее глаз. Спускал in this context would be like take out or send something out. So не спускал с нее глаз would mean I didn't take my eyes from her. Now look how it all works together. Эта встреча так поразила меня, что я весь вечер с жадным любопытством следил потихоньку за мадам М и не спускал с нее глаз. That meeting so stunned me that I, all the evening, or all evening long, with a greedy curiosity, followed secretly Madame M and didn't take my eyes from her. So when he's saying эта встреча, he means that meeting at the garden where Madame M was crying and he accompanied her to the mansion, back to the mansion. Но случилось так, что она два раза застала меня врасплох среди моих наблюдений. И во второй раз, заметив меня, улыбнулась. So you see, улыбнулась. I promised you that she would be smiling, even though she would become sad again afterwards. Now let's go over the vocabulary of this sentence. Но случилось так. Случилось means it happened. Therefore, но случилось так, we would translate it happened so. But it happened so. No means but. Что она два раза застала меня врасплох. Now, please underline застала меня врасплох. It's an expression meaning spotted me. You use this expression when someone spots you doing something embarrassing. So then you might say that that particular person застал тебя врасплох. Yeah? So застала меня врасплох means spotted me. Среди моих наблюдений. Среди means among. And наблюдения means observations. So наблюдение, it's one of the forms of наблюдения, which means observations in plural. Now look how it all works, the first part of the sentence. Но случилось так, что она два раза застала меня врасплох среди моих наблюдений. But it happened so that she twice, два раза means twice, spotted me among my observations. In other words, he was observing her and she spotted him. И во второй раз, заметив меня, улыбнулась. And in the second time, заметив меня, заметив comes from заметить, which means to notice. Therefore, и во второй раз, заметив меня, and in the second time, noticing me, smiled. Yeah? Now look how it all works together. We'll read it again, the whole sentence. Но случилось так, что она два раза застала меня врасплох среди моих наблюдений. И во второй раз, заметив меня, улыбнулась. But it happened so that she twice spotted me among my observations, and in the second time, noticing me, smiled. Это была ее единственная улыбка за весь вечер. So that's, I think that's clear. Just единственный, that's the only. Единственный. So that was her only smile за весь вечер, for the whole evening. Yeah, and please take the word ее and put those two dots above the second «е», so that it becomes ее. Это была ее единственная улыбка за весь вечер. That was her only smile for the whole evening. Грусть еще не сходила с лица ее, которое было теперь очень бледно. So, грусть еще не сходила с лица ее. So again, word еще, we put two dots above the second «е», and с лица ее. Again, put please two dots below the second «е». So, грусть means sadness. Не сходила means didn't leave. Не сходила, it's a kind of a more poetic language. So, не сходила would mean didn't leave, с лица ее, from her face. And еще means still. So, therefore, грусть еще не сходила с лица ее. So, the sadness still didn't leave her face. So, не сходила с, that would be one expression, didn't leave, like from, or didn't leave something. Которое было теперь очень бледно. Which was now, теперь means now, very, бледно means pale, which was now very pale. So this whole sentence would be грусть еще не сходила с лица ее, которая теперь была очень бледна. So the sadness still didn't leave her face, which was now very pale. Все время она тихо разговаривала с одной пожилой дамой, злой и сварливой старухой, которой никто не любил за шпионство и сплетни, но которой все боялись, а потому и принуждены были всячески угождать ей волей-неволей. Okay, that's quite a long sentence. Let's go over the vocabulary. So, пожилой, пожилая дама. So, that's like old lady, because пожилой is a polite way to say old. So, разговаривала с одной пожилой дамой would be talked with one old lady. Злой и сварливой старухой. So, first of all, старухой comes from старуха. You might know it. That also means an elderly lady or an old lady. Now, Dostoevsky depicts her here as zlaya, which is mean, like bad, и сварливая. So, сварливая, it's prone to complaints. So, one who complains all the time, that's сварливая. Которой никто, like in the modern speech, in the modern Russian, we wouldn't say которой никто не любил, we would say которую никто не любил, которую. But Dostoevsky is using this was которой, which would be the same meaning, like which, or actually who. Who, которую никто не любил, who no one loved. Никто не, no one. No one loved. За шпионство. Шпионство, that's like, I don't know if you have this word in English, but it's like spyship, like being a spy. Because шпионство, that's a field of spies. So we'll call it spyship. But meaning of being a spy. Because when you have stvo in Russian, that would be equal or parallel to the English, the word ship. So шпионство would be spyship. Splетни, rumors, like spreading rumors, meaning here. But splетни basically means rumors. So no one loved that lady for spyship and rumors, for being a spy and rumors. Но которой все боялись, so все боялись, everyone was frightened of. И поэтому принуждены были. Принуждены были, please underline, принуждены были, were obliged to, because принуждены means obliged. Therefore, принуждены были, were obliged to. Всячески, in various ways. That's всячески. Please underline and write above that. And угождать, угождать ей, please her. Угождать to someone would mean to please that person. And волей-неволей means unwillingly. Волей-неволей. Please underline unwillingly. So now look how it all works together. So just reminding you that they're talking about Madame M. Все время она тихо разговаривала с одной пожилой дамой. So all the time, she quietly talked to one old lady. Злой и сварливой старухой. An old lady. A mean and complaining old lady. Которой никто не любил. Who no one loved. За шпионство и сплетни. For being a spy and rumors, and spreading rumors. Но которой все боялись, but whom everyone was frightened of. А потому и принуждены были, and therefore, потому means therefore, or because of that, and therefore they were obliged всячески угождать ей, in various ways to please her, волей-неволей, unwillingly. So I just want to notice that E here doesn't mean and. It's a kind of a filler. А потому и. So а потому would mean and therefore. So basically a here acts as and а потому и is the same. So you can underline here а потому и and write and therefore. Now I'm going to read it again, the last sentence, and I'm going to translate all of it. Все время она тихо разговаривала с одной пожилой дамой, злой и сварливой старухой, которой никто не любил за шпионство и сплетни, но которой все боялись, а потому и принуждены были всячески угождать ей волей-неволей. All the time she quietly talked to one old lady, a mean and complaining old lady, who no one loved for spyship and rumors, but who everyone was frightened of, and therefore they were obliged, meaning people were obliged in different ways, in various ways, to please her unwillingly. If I still have left something unexplained, please ask me in the comments below. But now we're going to create our little miracle, like in every lesson. I'm going to read all of it, and you're going to comprehend it. Are you ready? And by the way, I'm going to put the timing of this second reading at the description box, so you can go over it again and again and again and listen repetitively. Now look how it works. Эта встреча так поразила меня, что я весь вечер с жадным любопытством следил потихоньку за мадам М и не спускал с нее глаз. Но случилось так, что она 2 раза застала меня врасплох среди моих наблюдений, и во 2-й раз, заметив меня, улыбнулась. Это была ее единственная улыбка за весь вечер. Грусть еще не сходила с лица ее, которое было теперь очень бледно. Все время она тихо разговаривала с одной пожилой дамой, злой и сварливой старухой, которой никто не любил за шпионство и сплетни, но которой все боялись, а потому и принуждены были всячески угождать ей, волей-неволей. Okay, guys, so how do you feel? Did you spot the difference? You cannot even compare it to how it was at the beginning, correct? So it means that you're improving in comprehending Russian classics. So please come for our next lessons, further lessons, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button, because we have lots of interesting materials coming in the future. And if you need private coaching for your Russian, do not hesitate, contact me using the email below this video. I'll tell you what to do. We can meet our first meeting for free, no obligation on your part, and I'm going to direct you to many useful resources matching your level. I have specific tools to measure your level in Russian. Then I'm going to suggest lots of things for you, how you can improve it. And in the future, if you want to take a paid program from me, you are welcome, but you do not have to. So thank you very much, guys. Wish you love and happiness. Ciao, ciao.